Welcome everyone to today's video. If you're feeling the intense energy of the full moon, you're not alone. January 2025's full moon is bringing some serious transformation, and in this video, we're diving deep into how it's affecting our emotions, relationships, and spiritual growth. Whether you've been feeling overwhelmed or deeply introspective, we've got the insights and guidance to help you navigate these powerful shifts. So grab a seat, take a deep breath, and let's explore the energy of the full moon together. As we approach the third week of January 2025, the full moon rises on January 25th, and with it, urgent warnings for the coming week become essential. This full moon, often referred to as the wolf moon in some traditions, is not just a celestial event. It carries a profound influence on both the natural world and human affairs. During the third week of January, the energy shifts dramatically. This full moon will align with powerful astrological configurations, making it a time of heightened emotions, intense revelations, and major turning points. The lunar energy can be particularly volatile, affecting both individuals and the collective consciousness. It is a period where hidden truths may surface, and people may feel pulled to confront situations they've been avoiding. One key aspect of this full moon is its impact on relationships. Emotional tensions may flare, particularly between loved ones or coworkers. It's vital to approach conflicts with understanding and patience, as the full moon amplifies everything, including misunderstandings. Do not allow frustrations to spiral into permanent damage to your relationships. Instead, try to address issues calmly and openly, even if it feels difficult. People may be more prone to mood swings, and communication can become clouded. Take extra care in how you express yourself, as words can have a much more significant impact than usual. This is also a time to be cautious about major decisions. With the intense lunar energy, it's easy to be swept up in impulsive choices that could have long-lasting consequences. Avoid rushing into contracts, investments, or commitments that seem too good to be true. Instead, take the time to analyze the situation thoroughly, perhaps consulting trusted advisors before making any significant moves. On a broader level, the influence of the full moon could trigger unusual weather patterns, natural disruptions, or even political upheaval. Throughout the third week of January, watch for unexpected events that may challenge the status quo, whether in the form of climate anomalies or sudden shifts in the global or local political landscape. Such disruptions could shake up long-held beliefs or systems, prompting society to reevaluate its direction. Personal health also deserves attention during this time. The full moon often brings about fluctuations in energy, with some people feeling exhausted, while others may be unusually energized. Pay attention to your body's signals and avoid overexerting yourself. Rest and proper nutrition should be prioritized, especially if you've been pushing yourself too hard in recent months. Mental well-being is equally important as stress levels can rise. Mindfulness practices, like meditation or journaling, could be beneficial in maintaining emotional equilibrium. On the spiritual front, this full moon is a time of reckoning. People may experience deeper insights into their purpose and inner desires, especially when they confront personal challenges. The full moon encourages letting go of what no longer serves you, whether it's negative thought patterns, toxic relationships, or material attachments. It's a time for spiritual growth and clarity, offering a chance to reset and realign with your true path. As we move deeper into the third week of January 2025, the effects of the full moon will continue to unravel in unexpected ways. Those who are attuned to the lunar cycle may already begin to sense a shift in their energy. For some, the days leading up to the full moon will be filled with restlessness and an almost magnetic pull toward change. This is not a time to ignore the inner stirrings of the soul, but rather to pay attention to what your intuition is urging you to do. What is it that you've been avoiding? The full moon's energy calls for action, but with the caution of mindful consideration. The celestial alignment of this full moon is marked by powerful aspects with other planetary bodies, notably Uranus, the planet of sudden change. This could bring about unexpected disruptions, particularly in areas related to technology, communication, or global events. The collective may experience moments of disillusionment or frustration as long-standing systems or structures are shaken. Now is not the time to cling to old ways of thinking or operating. Instead, allow yourself to be open to fresh perspectives, to innovative ideas, and even to the breakdown of outdated practices that may no longer serve the greater good. This is a particularly strong period for self-reflection. Many will feel compelled to evaluate their life choices thus far, and for some, this might lead to an overwhelming sense of urgency. It may feel as though time is slipping away faster than expected, urging individuals to take stock of what truly matters. Questions around career, purpose, and personal fulfillment will rise to the forefront of conversations, both with ourselves and with others. Some may even question the paths they've chosen or the roles they've been playing, making this an important period for self-reinvention in alignment with your authentic self. On the more practical side, this full moon's energies will prompt people to reassess their finances and material possessions. Are your financial goals aligned with your true desires, or have they been influenced by societal pressure? Are you clinging to things that no longer serve you, whether it's an unhealthy attachment to material wealth or possessions? Now is an excellent time for a thorough inventory, both figuratively and literally. Whether it's cleaning out old belongings or restructuring financial goals, clearing out clutter from your life, whether physical or metaphorical, can be a source of release and transformation. Additionally, be mindful of your physical surroundings. The full moon can often intensify the energy in your home or work environment. Tensions can arise if spaces are chaotic or filled with unresolved emotions. Consider organizing or clearing out areas that may have been left untended, as this can help create a sense of balance and harmony. Even something as simple as rearranging furniture or cleansing the space with sage or essential oils can contribute to a renewed sense of energy. The heightened emotional sensitivity during this full moon can also manifest in dreams. Expect vivid, sometimes strange dreams to take center stage as the subconscious mind works over time to process unaddressed emotions. Keep a journal by your bedside to capture any significant dreams or messages that arise. Pay special attention to recurring themes or symbols, as they may offer insights into unresolved issues or hidden desires you have yet to explore consciously. As the week progresses, the energy of the full moon will begin to wane, but its effects may linger long after the lunar peak. It's important to note that this is not a week for inaction, but for intentional, purposeful action. While some people might feel drawn to retreat or take a break, this full moon calls for using its intense energy to propel forward with thoughtful choices. It's a time for transformation, but transformation requires deliberate steps. In the final days leading to the full moon on January 25th, make sure to set aside moments for deep introspection. Ask yourself, what no longer serves me? What am I ready to release? What do I truly desire? These questions, though challenging, are essential for unlocking the door to personal growth and clarity. The full moon isn't a time to rush, but to pause and reflect on the bigger picture. The changes you embrace during this time could set the stage for the year ahead, making it a critical time for manifestation. By the end of the third week of January, you'll likely find yourself feeling either refreshed if you've done the necessary work, or emotionally exhausted if you've resisted the energy of the moon. But no matter where you stand, remember that the full moon offers a unique opportunity for growth, healing, and profound change. Trust in the process and understand that this celestial event is not merely a spectacle, but a powerful tool for aligning with your true potential. In summary, the third week of January 2025, with its full moon, will be a period of emotional highs and lows, with the potential for major transformations. It's a time to confront what has been hidden, make intentional decisions, and set the stage for the coming months. Whether it's letting go of outdated beliefs, making necessary changes in your relationships or career, or simply taking time for self-care and reflection, the energies surrounding this full moon will push you to embrace growth and renewal. The key is to approach this week with mindfulness, patience, and a willingness to adapt to the changes that are inevitably on the horizon. As the full moon approaches its zenith, the final days of January 2025 will be imbued with a powerful sense of transformation and revelation. This is not merely a passing phase. The energy of the full moon encourages deep-rooted shifts that will echo well into the future. What you do during this time will have long-lasting effects, whether you're conscious of it or not. The third week of January is a period of heightened sensitivity, and this sensitivity is something to be respected. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the intensity of emotions that rise to the surface, but it's essential to remember that these emotions are not to be feared. They are messengers, guiding you toward understanding the parts of yourself that have been dormant, neglected, or misunderstood. Trust that the discomfort you may experience is temporary and serves a greater purpose in your growth and healing. During these final moments before the full moon peaks, it is important to practice patience. The energy is potent, but it's not always about rushing forward. Sometimes the most powerful action is allowing things to unfold naturally. The full moon invites you to pause and witness what's happening in your life without the need to control every detail. Trust that the universe is orchestrating events in your favor, even if it doesn't always seem clear in the moment. If you've been feeling a push toward closure, now is the time to honor that. Whether it's a chapter in your personal life, a professional endeavor, or an old habit that no longer serves you, the full moon will offer you the clarity and strength to tie up loose ends. There is no shame in letting go, and in fact, it is often necessary for new opportunities to emerge. The emotional tension that the full moon brings will help you break free from what has held you back, making space for fresh beginnings. In your relationships, be extra attentive during this time. The full moon often magnifies misunderstandings, causing feelings to be misinterpreted or communication to become strained. It's a time when relationships that have been unbalanced may face the pressure of either falling apart or being rebuilt. Be prepared for these emotional intensities to surface and approach others with care and empathy. If you've been harboring unresolved conflicts or hidden feelings, this is a powerful time to address them. Conversations that are difficult but necessary can lead to profound healing. Moreover, personal boundaries will be tested. The full moon's energy can stir up feelings of being overwhelmed or invaded, especially for those who are already struggling with stress or emotional exhaustion. It's crucial during this time to maintain a strong sense of self and to protect your energy. Saying no, setting boundaries, and making time for self-care will be essential for preserving your emotional well-being. You may find that certain people or situations no longer feel aligned with your energy, and this realization can be freeing. Don't hesitate to step back if needed, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. For those who have been feeling a strong sense of inertia or lack of motivation, this full moon may serve as the catalyst you need to take action. While the full moon's light can be illuminating, it can also provide clarity on areas of your life that require change. If you've been procrastinating on a decision, whether big or small, you may find that this lunar energy propels you into taking the first step forward. Even if you feel uncertain, trust that the momentum of the full moon will guide you through the fog. As we enter the final stretch of January, the world at large will also experience its own set of transformations. Look for the collective energy to intensify as global events, political movements, or shifts in societal norms begin to stir. This period could bring sudden changes in the way people think or behave, pushing entire communities to reevaluate their values and priorities. Stay informed and adaptable, as the world will be in flux, and it will require everyone to adjust to new realities, sometimes rapidly. As January 25th approaches and the full moon reaches its peak, the culmination of these weeks of tension will arrive. However, it's important to remember that the days after the full moon are just as important as the day itself. This is when you'll begin to see the results of the emotional work you've been doing. Whether you've been confronting your fears, releasing what no longer serves you, or realigning with your goals, the weeks following the full moon will allow you to start reaping the rewards of your efforts. In the aftermath of this full moon, you may experience a sense of relief or release, but also the quiet satisfaction of knowing that something significant has shifted within you. Change may not always be immediate or obvious, but rest assured, it is taking place. The coming weeks will be a time to ground yourself in the new energy you've invited into your life and to reflect on what's unfolded since the full moon's peak. The full moon of January 2025 is not just a fleeting event. Its energy will carry you through a period of deep transformation, emotional highs and lows, and ultimately a sense of clarity. Whether you are facing personal challenges, navigating relationships, or reflecting on your purpose, the full moon offers an opportunity for growth and renewal. By harnessing this powerful energy with awareness and intention, you can unlock profound insights, release what no longer serves you, and create space for a future filled with possibility. As we move beyond the full moon's peak on January 25th, 2025, the effects of its powerful energy will begin to settle, but its influence will continue to reverberate through the days that follow. While the intense emotional waves of the full moon may start to dissipate, it's important to remain conscious of the shifts that have occurred. This period is about integrating the lessons learned and carrying forward the momentum that the full moon has ignited in you. For those who have been feeling the weight of unresolved emotions, this post-full moon phase offers an opportunity to work through these lingering issues. The energy that was stirred up during the full moon won't vanish overnight, and in many ways the aftermath can be just as important as the peak itself. This is when the clarity you've gained begins to crystallize, and when the subtle changes that have occurred inside you can begin to manifest externally. It's a time for processing, releasing, and reflecting on the insights you've gathered. One significant area that may continue to be in focus after the full moon is your relationships. Whether romantic, familial, or professional, the full moon often shines a spotlight on dynamics that need attention. If you've had difficult conversations or faced emotional challenges during the peak of the moon, the days following the full moon will be crucial for assessing the true state of those relationships. Are they still aligned with your values? Do they nourish your growth, or are they holding you back? Take the time to revisit the issues that came up and determine whether they require further conversation, action, or perhaps a shift in boundaries. You may find that some relationships deepen and grow stronger, while others naturally drift apart. Both outcomes are necessary for your personal evolution. This time following the full moon is also ripe for letting go of the emotional clutter that has been building. The emotional intensity that the full moon brings can sometimes leave us with a sense of overwhelm, but as the moon wanes, it's important to create space, both physically and energetically. Reflect on what you've accumulated in your life that no longer serves you. It could be outdated habits, toxic thought patterns, or even material possessions that are weighing you down. As the energy of the moon wanes, start to rid yourself of these burdens. Begin with small acts of release, whether it's decluttering your living space or consciously reframing negative thoughts. Every small step will create a ripple effect, helping you to regain a sense of balance and clarity. On a practical level, the full moon may have shed light on your career or financial situation. The emotional intensity of the lunar energy can reveal hidden truths about your professional aspirations or how you manage your resources. After the full moon, take a closer look at your goals. Do you feel aligned with your work? Are there any shifts or changes needed to move you closer to the life you desire? Now is an excellent time to plan, strategize, and take decisive action toward your professional and financial future. If changes have already been set in motion, this post-full moon phase can help you ground them into reality. But be cautious of rushing into anything. The energies may still be in flux, so take your time to weigh your options carefully. In terms of personal growth, the days following the full moon are the perfect time to embrace new practices or rituals that align with your evolving needs. Whether it's a new approach to meditation, exploring a new hobby, or taking steps to nurture your physical health, these days offer fertile ground for planting the seeds of positive change. The clarity you've gained from the full moon will guide you toward practices that resonate with your deeper self. Trust that what you begin now can grow into something significant in the coming months. Spiritually, the post-full moon phase is a time for integration. It's as though the universe has given you a glimpse into your true self and your purpose, and now it's time to ground that vision into reality. Use this time to check in with your spiritual practices and rituals. Is there a part of you that needs more attention or nourishment? Are there areas in your spiritual life where you've been neglecting your growth? If so, take small, meaningful steps to realign with your spiritual center. Whether through prayer, meditation, journaling, or connecting with nature, this is a time to fortify your inner peace and deepen your understanding of your connection to the universe. As the days pass and we move further away from the full moon, it's important to stay aware of how the shifts are unfolding in your life. you may find that the energy of the full moon continues to present new opportunities for transformation, even as it begins to wane. Trust in the process of unfolding, knowing that the changes taking place are all part of your greater journey. The full moon of January 2025 has likely opened doors to deeper self-awareness, emotional healing, and personal evolution. While the full moon's energy can be intense, it offers immense potential for growth if you choose to embrace it. Now that the lunar peak has passed, you are left with the aftermath, a space that has been cleared, a heart that has been opened, and a mind that has been illuminated. It's time to step forward with confidence, knowing that the changes you've experienced have set the stage for a new chapter in your life. The work you've done during this time, whether emotional, spiritual, or practical, will help you move forward with clarity and purpose, ready to face whatever comes next on your path. As the energy of the full moon continues to wane and we move further into the final days of January 2025, a sense of quiet reflection takes over. The intense surge of energy that the full moon brought with it now settles into a more subtle, yet equally important phase. The transformative work that began during the full moon is not over. It simply evolves into a quieter, more introspective period. This is where the deeper integration of the changes you've experienced truly takes place. As the light of the moon fades, a new light begins to shine from within. It's during this phase that you may begin to notice a shift in your perception of the world. The emotional turbulence of the full moon might have cleared away the fog, allowing you to see things with newfound clarity. The changes you made or considered during the lunar peak will now begin to take root in your consciousness. You may feel a growing sense of direction, a clearer understanding of where you are headed and what you truly want. Trust this newfound clarity and give yourself permission to explore this fresh perspective without judgment. In relationships, you may find that the conversations sparked during the full moon have settled into a more peaceful space. Whether it's reconciling with loved ones, adjusting boundaries, or simply reestablishing mutual understanding, the days following the full moon allow for these dynamics to heal. You'll notice that some relationships deepen as emotional barriers break down, while others, that were perhaps destined to evolve, may naturally shift or fall away. Don't be afraid of change within your relationships. It's often necessary for personal growth. By now, you have a better understanding of which connections serve your highest good and which ones may have outlived their purpose. The energetic intensity of the full moon may also have given you a deepened sense of your own desires and personal goals. If you've been feeling disconnected from your path or uncertain about your direction, now is the time to realign. Whether in your career, health, or personal development, you may feel the pull to reassess your choices and priorities. Reflect on the vision of yourself that you've always dreamed of becoming and ask yourself what steps you can take now to move in that direction. This is a moment to plan with intention and take measured action, but also to recognize that the journey may not always be linear. Embrace the ebb and flow of life, knowing that the changes you are making will eventually lead you to a place of greater fulfillment and joy. The third week of January 2025 and its full moon were not just a singular event, but a portal of transformation. While the intensity of the full moon's energy has passed, its influence will continue to shape your path. As you integrate the lessons and shifts that have emerged, take solace in the fact that you are on a continuous journey of growth. Trust in the process, honor your progress, and know that the energy of the full moon will guide you through every phase of your life. Every ending is a new beginning, and as this cycle closes, another one opens, filled with endless possibilities. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found the insights in today's video helpful as you move through the energy of the full moon. Remember, transformation takes time, so be gentle with yourself as you integrate the lessons from this lunar cycle. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Drop a comment below and let me know how the full moon has impacted you this month. Until next time, stay grounded, stay inspired, and embrace the changes that are coming your way.